in the class. Okay, and so here comes to my next questions that I would like to ask you would be, so do you have any activities or strategies that work particularly well in EMI courses?
I'd like to respond to the previous question about the comments you just provided. I think that's very thoughtful, that how do we encourage students and motivate them to speak up more in confidence in English, right? So in addition to these the speaking compliments, I also provided with the written feedback. So I'd like to share with you about one of the feedback forms I provided to the students. Just let me check whether or not I can share. This one. Right. So I don't know if you can see this PDF file. So this is one of the written feedback form I provided to the team projects in terms of their presentations. So let's just ignore the student's name. So here I give them the assessment criteria. I also provide them with my full written feedback. Okay. In addition to my feedback, I also give them the comments from the class. So students can easily grasp the key ideas, what they've been doing very good, and what are the weaknesses and need to improve upon. So that's also another hard work I did for the students. Okay. And also, let's go back to the question just mentioned that, do I have any activities or strategies that work particularly well in EMI courses? Yes, I do. So in addition to the case study discussions and international collaborative projects just mentioned, I have several course activities that fit quite well in the EMI courses. I'd just like to share with you about two of these activities. The first activity is the role play. Okay, so in these activities, students will be given an international business scenario that require them to role play by the two-team format. And the scenario is basically about the negotiation between an American firm and a Chinese firm, and they are going to form a joint venture and sign a contract in China. And so during the role play and the activity, students need to negotiate the contract terms and price accordingly. And so they will be given a role play script, which is written by myself. So comprising all the necessary information about a negotiation process, including the background of the both company and their industries, the negotiation teams, personal information, and the roles, and the potential goals to be reached during a negotiation process as well. And to help them engage in these activities, students need to submit an individual report about the chosen role they like to play in a negotiation. And they need to utilize their own imaginations to make a personal profile of the chosen role and tell me what's their negotiation strategies to meet with the team objective. And on the date of the negotiation, students will meet their counterparts, that is two teams, and they will negotiate a contract up to 30 minutes in real time. So what I would do is that I would do the recordings of their role play activities and providing the individual feedback and comments on their performance. And my evaluation is based on whether students have presented intended cultural backgrounds that I purposely designed in the role play script, and how have they kind of resolved the cross-cultural miscommunications and conflict during the negotiation process. This is to evaluate your CQ. Okay, and by the end of the activity, I will tell students that it doesn't matter if you got the contract signed with the counterparts or you make the deal with them. What is really matter is you have experience and learn cross-cultural communications and improve your CQ. So from the past experience, students usually quite enjoy this kind of activities because they could inspire their creativity in the role play and try to implement the communication strategies to reach the win-win situation in a negotiation. And also they found that it is really a kind of a wonderful, interesting experience to get involved in a cross-cultural negotiation setting, which I believe will be quite helpful in their future career while working with people from different cultural backgrounds. So this is the general setting of the role plays. And another activity I like to mention, which is quite simple. This is rather easy design activities and in the EMI courses. So we call it as a debate competition. Okay, depending on the subjects you are teaching, you can have different debate topics designed in the course. So the main idea of this activity is to force students to speak up simultaneously, utilizing their critical thinking and providing good statements to win the debate competition. So by getting involved of the peer evaluation for the best debaters and winning teams, students can learn a lot from the peers instead of from me. Okay, so I think this is a very good approach in learning, as we are not supposed to be the only source of learning for students. I believe students can learn a lot from their peers as well. So these are the two simple activities that are being implemented in the past years, and it has been very successful so far.
Okay.
Okay, so let me, I think I can just stop sharing, right? Okay.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, actually for some of my courses, I also like to use the debate competition, which is really, really useful. And because for my students composition, basically it's half Taiwanese and half international students, and I will ask them to kind of mixed, okay, like the local students and foreign students together. And when they're doing the debate, I find that they're really much more excited. And one thing that I find interesting is that sometimes when they want to win the debate, okay, for example, like the students from Thailand or students from Japan, they sometimes would use their mother language when they're trying to debate, because not English, but sometimes in Japanese, sometimes in Thai. So kind of interesting, but I can see that the interaction goes pretty well. And sometimes students themselves will even do the video recording because they find the debate is really, really exciting. So I believe that this is a very good way to use. But I have a question for Professor He. What if, for example, like it's all Taiwanese students and I still want to use the debate competition, especially for Taiwanese students, but the thing is that it's so difficult for them to prepare for the debate and or very hard for them to spontaneously comment or trying to reply the other team's comments. So in this kind of situation, do you have any tips or any good ways that can smooth the debate competition or help the debate process to go better? Yeah.
So I have two approaches. The first one is that I ask students to prepare the 1 to 2 page individual report in order to prepare for join a debate competition. So I give them the topics beforehand. So they know about the topic, but they still don't know that which side are they. So they need to prepare both sides statement, pro or against, right? And that's the first approach. And the second approach is that I use the adjusted debate rules from international debate competition. I don't know if you follow the same debate competition rules. So what I did is that in each round of debate, I gave them extra time for in-group discussion. So maybe before the first speaker gonna speak out something, they can have an in-group discussion up to 2 minutes, so they can get all information within the group, and they can put it all together into a complete picture, and then present or the debater, they can present in a good way, in a better way. So this is my approach.